Hello, hello. I do think there's a slight delay, so I will kind of yammer for a second. Hope everybody's doing great. I think we are now officially live. Sorry, I'm coming one day early, but I had to do it so that way we got it done this week. I am going to be driving tomorrow to Montana. Wish me luck. I hope that the weather doesn't decide to go against me. So I actually live in the state of Washington, but I am traveling to Montana. I have a bodybuilding show that I will be in on Saturday. So if you're not aware, I do that as a hobby just for fun. I love the feeling of competition. I love having a deadline. I love, just keeping lean, keeping strong, and learning the new techniques and styles and ways to show up in my best naturally too. Very much for that. But anyways, I am Catherine Hood. Some of you may know me as Coach Catherine, but I am a certified diabetes prevention health coach. I love helping people get control of their diabetes, understand what's going on with their body, and stop being afraid and scared and frustrated and feeling alone. I'm here for you. This group is also still very small, but I'm excited for it to grow over time, slowly. It's fine. Whatever happens, happens, right? But it is your community. Please use it as a space to post your questions, whatever challenges you're having, post it in a new thread. Let us join in and give you some suggestions. Obviously you're going to do what you want to do, but it is also very nice to have a place that you can safely ask questions that, if you posted it on your own Facebook, most people wouldn't understand what you're going through, and a lot of us will. Everybody's in a different place in their journeys. Some of us are pre-diabetic, some of us are full-blown diabetics, or some of us are controlled diabetics. So let's help each other out. We've all been at different places and had our struggles, but we're resources. If not, we can give you advice or what we do. And that's what I'm here to tell you, is kind of like what I've done, what's worked for me, what's worked for my clients. And, let's come together and help one another. I did want to talk today about eating out. I know that that's kind of a tough topic. A lot of times when you're first diagnosed as a diabetic or pre-diabetic or whatever, the first thought that goes through your mind is I'm not going to be able to eat out ever again. I'm not going to be able to enjoy food again. There's all these thoughts that go through our mind and fears, right? So you're not alone. And yes, you can eat out. My biggest, I guess, upfront tip that I would suggest is if you are going to go eat out, always look at the menu before you go to the restaurant. Look at the menu online. If there's nothing that that jumps out at you that you can eat safely, that is not going to upset your blood sugar numbers, and you're with a group of people that maybe you can sway them to go to a restaurant that you're more familiar with, then do it. Ask them, can we go to this restaurant? Because I know for sure I can eat foods there and know that my blood sugars will be maintained at a good level. So that's my first tip. Look at the menu before you go. And then, if you do find foods, and I'm going to talk about some here for just a minute. If you do find something, stick to it. Don't touch the menu at the restaurant. And actually most restaurants right now, as we're in COVID, don't even have menus, or they're paper and you get to keep them. But a lot of them are QR codes. So you're already going to look online, right? So, but don't change it. Stick to your plan, whatever it is you decide when you're at home before you go, right? And there might be those rare instances that you don't have a choice, right? You don't have a choice. Maybe it's like a buffet, or it's something you just are going to be way too tempted, and maybe it's a business meeting or something like that, and it's at a bakery or something. That situation, I would eat before you go and just have water or black coffee or black tea. And that is kind of a little bit of a bummer, but if it's really, really important to you to have good health and maintain your blood sugar levels, then you'll do that. You'll make that choice. So anyways, but I want to dive in, and feel free. Hi, Kevin. Thank you for tuning in. I love your comments, by the way. Thank you for engaging in the group. American food, that's kind of a mixed bag, but I thought I would start off with that. Again, look at the menu before you go. But American food, I would probably opt for a naked burger or a naked chicken sandwich. When I say naked, is I say, hold the bun is what I tell them. And, some of my clients are afraid to say that and they take the bun. But I also think of, like, I always have that business mindset. Like, I don't want to use that bun, because technically they can't sell it, right? I'd rather them keep that money, which is probably not that much money. I get it. But, every penny counts when you own a business. So I'd rather tell them hold the bun, use it for somebody else, and, get a naked chicken burger or whatever with the lettuce wrap. And more restaurants are adopting that style of sandwich as an option. More and more restaurants are understanding that there are a large amount of population that are gluten intolerant. So they are usually, sometimes they have a healthy menu or a light menu. Ask for that or look for that online. Poke bowls is one of the ones that I wrote down, just having a salad base instead of a pasta or a rice base. That is if you like sushi. I love sushi. I love sushi. I didn't love sushi until I was in my mid-30s, but hey, I love it now. 3 ounces, so I would say 3 to 6 ounces maximum of a grilled protein, whatever that is. I do often tell my clients 1 red meat a month. That's it. 1 meal with red meat a month. Red meat is just way higher in calories. It's got all the steroids and antibiotics and all the things that they plug in there, plus this red dye. They have all kinds of stuff, plus the fat. It's just bad for your heart health. If you go to a kidney specialist, they are going to tell you the same thing. Do not eat red meat. So I'm just saying once a month because I just don't want you to say never, but 3 ounces of any kind of lean protein, along with a steamed vegetable, or a side salad, but have the dressing on the side. And when I say dressing on the side, I usually just go with a vinegar or a vinaigrette, and I dip my fork in and then load up my fork with the salad and then take a bite. You'd be shocked at how little dressing you use when you do that. I always tell them to hold the croutons as well. Never let them put the bread on the table because that's way too tempting. It's hard to say no. With American foods, again, no breads, and watch your portion sizes. American sized food is just ginormous. It's usually 2 to 3 portions, or, as much as we should eat. So it's just huge. So either split the meal with a friend or ask for a box when you first get the food, because I'm the type of person, if the plate's in front of me, I'm going to eat everything on it. So, maybe ask for a box right away, and then you can split the food and then, put it in the box right away, and then you're not so tempted. Mexican food, ask for or look for clear broth soups, ones that have the veggies and the proteins in it. Steamed vegetables, a grilled protein, staying away from the sauces if you can, or sauce on the side. So actually, I think I didn't mean Mexican food, I meant Chinese food. So Chinese food, clear broths with vegetables and proteins. So if you don't know me really well, I am from North Pole, Alaska. I spent 30 years there. There is a wonderful Chinese restaurant called Pagoda. I think pagodas are all over the country, but not the same one, right? They're all independently owned. But this one, they have 3 things that I would order there that were really, really good, that are diabetic friendly. They had what they call sizzle soup. And maybe that's just kind of like something at all Chinese restaurants. I'm not sure. But I'd get sizzle soup without the sizzle, because the sizzle is like this fried noodles thing that they put on top. I don't get that, but it's wonderful. It's got this amazing broth with steamed vegetables and a bunch of different meats in there, like from shrimp to chicken to everything, right? It's amazing and decadent. And it doesn't feel like, you don't feel full and heavy and gross when you leave. And it's 2 portions really. And then a ginger chicken. Amazing. It's like this ginger on top of this chicken with steamed vegetables. Incredible. My mouth's watering now. And then, what was the other thing that they have? They have like a pagoda steak too that was really good. Again, red meat once in a while. I'm trying to think, there was something else that they had. But anyway, sticking with the clear broth, nothing creamy. Italian restaurant, something that I do is stick with the tomato-based foods or soups. Omitting noodles, so no noodles, no cream sauces. The cream sauces are what are going to skyrocket your blood sugars, because one, the cream Remember, dairy is lactose. Lactose is sugar. And then they add all the other sugar on top of it for flavor, and you can't stop, and you wonder why. Well, it's all the sugar they put in there, and the fat, and the salt. It's just like the perfect bliss point that lights up your brain. So I always ask for or look for a grilled protein with steamed vegetables or a side salad. So Italian, Olive Garden, right? Olive Garden, really the only thing I order there is their grilled salmon with their side is steamed broccoli, and it's amazing. But when you ask for their grilled salmon, tell them not to put the butter on top. They'll put like this oil slick of butter on top. And yeah, I'm sure it makes it really good, but you don't need it. It's really actually really good without it. And their portions are decent there. So that's what I order at Olive Garden. And don't eat the salad. I know it's hard not to, but I think they use iceberg, and iceberg is technically toxic. If you've ever had a reptile or know anybody with a reptile, ask them if they feed their reptile iceberg, and they're going to say, no, you're trying to kill my reptile. It's toxic for us too. In large quantities, but still, just avoid it. Don't eat it. And you wonder why you have upset stomach. Stick with iceberg, or not iceberg, romaine and all the other beautiful dark green leaves. Another thing that I read too is roasted eggplant is also decent. The only thing I would say is you would want to lean protein with it. So again, the grilled salmon or grilled chicken, you want to put on the side of that. Indian food. Now, I have not, that I know of, had Indian food as of yet. Next week, my daughter is going to introduced me to the local Indian cuisine, and I'm really, really excited. I love all food. I am a major foodie. When I travel, I go on food tours. Just gonna be honest with you. But I love food. Indian food, though, omit the cream sauces. So stay away from the cream sauces, the rice, the curries, the fried stuff. Apparently there's a lentil stew, which is like a tomato base with a bunch of protein and vegetables. And I'm not going to pronounce this right. Panera. It's a cottage cheese base, apparently, with spinach dip or veggies, which is, I guess, really amazing and good. Tandoor, probably not pronouncing it right, chicken, and ask for a side salad or steamed vegetables along with that. But apparently it's really good. Mexican food, I always get fajitas when I don't use the tortillas. Hold the tortillas, save them for somebody else. And then I eat the peppers and the onions and stuff like that. So, more and more bigger, larger establishments are having lighter menus and giving you other options or alternatives like the cauliflower rices and stuff. I haven't eaten out, honestly, much at all this year because of COVID, but I felt like this was a really good topic for today, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know. Asian food, miso soup. I love miso soup. Either you love it or you hate it. I love it, but it has tofu in it. It's really good for you, so it's a protein. And edamame, and I might not be pronouncing that either, right? But that is amazing. That is a great high-packed protein snack too. I get them, I go through phases. Like I haven't had it in months probably, but I'll go through phases where I'll just go get like at Costco. I haven't been to Costco since COVID either, but they have these packages or they're individually packaged where you can put them in the microwave with a little sea salt. Amazing, great snack, high protein, really good for you. And also, with all the things that I recommend, we're all different. Our pancreas, our liver, our kidneys, our bodies are all different. We're at different stages. Make sure you use your meter, right? Use your meter before you take your first bite. Take it at 1 hour. So I always say, take a bite, set your timer for 1 hour, take it again in 1 hour. There should not be a 20 point spike in that number. There should not be. If there is, something you ate is not agreeing with your body. Your body's not able to handle that load, okay? Now, assuming that all other things are in order, you're hydrated, you're sleeping well, your stress is maintained, your blood sugar should not swing more than 20 points. If it does, you didn't have enough protein, or there was sugar in the food, or you ate too much, or it's just something simply your body just can't handle. Like there's some things that my body can't handle that others can, like an apple. I wouldn't be able to eat a whole apple by itself without swinging 20, 30 points. So my body's different. Now, I could probably have half of an apple or a quarter of an apple with like a chicken breast, a small one, and probably be fine. But there are certain things that I have to be careful of. So just kind of throwing out that for you. Sashimi. I love sushi. Again, I love sushi. I have only loved sushi for the last probably 10 or 12 years of my life. but I love sashimi. Just watch the soy sauce. Honestly, I love sushi at a restaurant. I don't ever take it home. I've never done that. I don't think. I like the environment. I like eating it there with the chopsticks, even though I'm not great at it. Um, but preferably, at home I don't have soy sauce. I have amino acids. I love those. They taste exactly like soy sauce, but it's better for you. Not that high sodium. Teriyaki chicken, but I tell them to hold the sauce, right? Because they grill the chicken all beautiful, and maybe with some onions and other things. But I love teriyaki chicken with edamame or side salad, again, dressing on the side. Or any other kind of grilled protein, really that's a good go-to at any restaurant. What kind of grilled protein do you have? And if the menu doesn't support, ideas, call them in advance, a day in advance. That's what I always say, day in advance, plan this out. I try to avoid pizza places, sandwich shops, because, lunch meat's not good for us at all. There's nothing good about it. I avoid fast food restaurants as well. To be honest with you, even their salads are as much or more calories than their sandwiches. So, yeah. Hi, Sina. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Sina, beautiful. Mickey, hi, thank you. Where are you talking about this food? Food for eating out. So that was kind of my topic today, is going out to restaurants. Kind of, pre-planning, looking at the menu, knowing what to order way before you go. Don't touch the menu when you get there. Know what you're going to have. Conversate with people. Obviously, get water, hydrate, stay hydrated always. Don't order the foo-foo drinks. That's a whole bunch of calories and stuff that you're going to regret, right? Really enjoy the moment. And after you leave, celebrate. Even if it just takes 30 seconds, celebrate the fact that you did well. You made good, healthy choices. You stayed on plan. You kept your blood sugar under control. You were able to go out and celebrate and have fun and not have all the excess calories. You were able to stay within the realm of where you needed to be, making good, healthy choices. That's the biggest thing, is really feeling into how you feel afterwards and remembering that next time. How did I feel last time when I went out to eat and I made really, really good choices? Because, really, and I was talking to a client of mine today about this, because she's starting again. Like, she got off track for a while and now she's starting again. And I told her, I was like, really what I do is I focus on 3 hours, like 3 hours at a time. I chop it up really small, making it easy to make good choices in a small period of time. Right? Instead of thinking about months or the rest of my life, I'm just thinking about the next 3 hours. I can't change what I did 3 hours ago, this morning. I can't change what I did yesterday or last week or last month. Can't change that, right? It's done. It's over with. No sense in dwelling on it, being ashamed of it or regretful or pissed off about it. Move on. It's done. It's over. But think about now, in the next 3 hours, what good, healthy choices can I make? It's really important for me to stay hydrated. It's really important for me to fuel my body every 3 hours. It's really important for me to move every 3 hours as well. Doesn't mean exercise, meaning don't sit for 3 hours straight. Don't even sit for an hour straight. Get up and move, stretch, sweep, or do something. Maybe even go walk the dog or get up and move every hour. So I just focus on 3 hours at a time, and it just takes a lot of pressure off of me, right? It makes it really small, chunks it down. That really gave her a lot of relief too, because she's worried about tomorrow and the next day and next week. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Slow down. Let's just focus on the next 3 hours. Now, I will say that I know what I'm going to eat 24 hours in advance, always. But one of the other tricks that I do is every night for dinner, I always know what I'm going to make my family for dinner every night, usually a couple of days in advance. But I always make 2 extra portions. And after everybody's eaten, I take those 2 portions, I portion them out into 2 Tupperware, and those are 2 meals for the next day. So that really helps to, break down. I don't like old food. I don't like food that's more than 2 days old. That's gross. So I just really kind of think about in advance, but really focusing on 3 hours at a time really chops it up and makes it small. So I hope that's helpful. I have gone over my 15 minutes. Sorry about that. I try to keep these under 15 minutes because I know my attention span is about that. When I see videos that are like an hour long, I'm like, I don't have time for that. But I did bramble a little bit at the beginning. I hope this was helpful. I would love to meet every single one of you if I haven't already. You're open to a phone call with me. We can talk on the phone for 30 minutes, have a call, and celebrate where you are, right? Whatever you've done or whatever choices you've made that are good, let's celebrate that. Let's talk about your challenges. Let's create a strategy, a plan. I also have a wellness app that I can monitor you. I monitor everybody once for a week for free. What we do is at the end of the week, we talk about the week, how you did, and every day you get an email with a tip. And after that, if you want to stay on the app, it's $85 a month, and we talk every 2 weeks. So it's really, really inexpensive. I think a lot of you are afraid. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to talk to her on the phone and she's going to hard sell me some program or something. No, I'm very transparent. I'm here for you. I do have Udemy courses, and I think they're really inexpensive. Like, I don't get to choose the pricing. They do. I mean, I set like what I'd like to get, but then they, discount it all the time, which is fine. But I have a ton of curriculum that I'm putting in there, working on that curriculum every day and trying to get it moved over there. But I'm here for you, this is kind of what I enjoy, and this is my passion. So please utilize the group. The other lifestyle support group has a core challenge this month. So every single day for the entire month of November, there's a new core exercise to try, and it's just fun. So I hope that you're in that group as well. Engage in that group with that, but definitely utilize this group for your diabetes support and questions. But I'm going to let you guys go. Please comment, message me. No, don't ever feel like you can't message me or she's too busy for me. I'm here for you. Let me know how I can help and support you. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.